Understanding anime villains. Why we love the antagonists. We can't stop watching. They burn cities, challenge heroes, and twist morality, yet somehow, we adore them. From Light Yagami's god complex in Death Note, to Madara Uchiha's calm apocalypse in Naruto, anime villains have a strange power over us. They're terrifying, brilliant, broken, and often disturbingly relatable. But what is it about these dark characters that captures our fascination so completely? The answer lies deep in psychology, storytelling, and the human shadow itself. The duality of good and evil. Anime has always been bold enough to blur the line between hero and villain. Unlike many Western stories where good and evil are clearly divided, anime often explores the gray zone of morality. Villains like Zeke Yeager, Attack on Titan, or Pain, Naruto, Shippuden, don't destroy for pleasure. They destroy because they believe it's the only way to save the world, and when a villain believes they're right, we're forced to question what right even means. That discomfort, that tension, makes them unforgettable. The mirror effect. We see ourselves in them. Psychologists call it projection, seeing our hidden emotions, fears, or desires reflected in others. Anime villains often embody the parts of ourselves we suppress: ambition, anger, pride, revenge, or loneliness. When Light Yagami writes names in his Death Note, or when Hisaka from Hunter x Hunter pursues chaos purely for pleasure, we glimpse human impulses stripped of restraint. We don't love what they do. We're intrigued because they show us what we could do, under different circumstances. In that way, villains act as mirrors to our darker humanity. Tragedy and empathy. The broken past. A powerful villain isn't born evil, they're forged by pain. Consider Gaara, once a monster feared by all, whose cruelty masked deep loneliness. Or Meruem, the Chimera Ant King, whose journey from predator to philosopher became one of anime's most emotional arcs. When we understand their suffering, we stop seeing monsters and start seeing people. That spark of empathy is what transforms a simple antagonist into a complex character we can't forget. The psychology of power and freedom. Villains often represent the fantasy of absolute freedom, the power to reject society's rules and shape the world on their own terms. Characters like Lelouch Lamperouge, Code Geass, or Eren Yeager embody that intoxicating rebellion against authority and destiny. They're the voice that whispers, if the world is wrong, why not change it? We may not agree with them, but we admire their uncompromising will, something many people secretly wish they had. 5. The storytelling secret: conflict creates depth. Heroes are defined by their villains. A great antagonist tests the hero's ideals, forcing them to grow or break. Without Shigaraki, there's no true evolution for Deku. Without Doflamingo, Luffy's moral compass would never be tested. Without Dio Brando, there is no Joestar legacy. Anime writers understand that a villain's ideology is the mirror to the hero's heart, and when the two clash, physically, philosophically, emotionally, it creates some of the most powerful storytelling ever seen. So, why do we love anime villains? Because they're not just obstacles, they're reflections, teachers, and provocateurs. They make us question morality, challenge the meaning of justice, and reveal the rawest truths about human nature. In every sneer, speech, and tragic flashback, we see not the fall of a monster, but the fragile humanity inside them. Perhaps that's the real secret. We don't just love villains for being evil. We love them because, in their chaos and conviction, they remind us that everyone has a story, even the darkness.